Hi there! In this video, I am going to show you how to create a resume using Canva. Canva is a design app that you can find on canva.com, and I find that it's really easy to use and they have some beautiful templates. So I like to use it for everything from resumes to cover letters to letterheads to even creating some social media images. So if you haven't used Canva before, check it out. It's really fun and it creates some really beautiful things. And I think especially if you're looking to create a statement with your resume, this is a good option. So we're going to start by going to canva.com, and this is the home screen of Canva. And what we're going to do is we're going to type in resumes to bring up some of their templates. And it's going to bring you to another screen. And then on the left-hand side, it's going to show you all of the templates they have for creating a resume. And as you can see, they have something for everyone. They have some with color, they have some that are more modern looking and clean. They have some that are super fancy that look more like infographics. I'm going to bring this one up because it has the option to add a picture, a headshot, and it looks really like an infographic rather than a more traditional resume. So depending on your needs, depending on your wants, you can really create something that suits your personality and the job that you're looking to go for. So depending on the type of job that you're looking for, you may have a different resume if you're looking for administrative work versus someone who is a photographer or a graphic designer. So I really like Canva because of all the different options. But for this video, we are just going to pick one because I want to show you how easy it is to create a resume using Canva. So I've picked this one, the modern resume. And something I should mention is not all of their templates are free. Some of them are paid. And the way you find out is you just hover your cursor over the template and you'll see that it says free in the lower right-hand corner. It'll tell you if it's a free template or a paid one. So that's something to keep in mind. But for our purposes, this is a free one, and let's get started. So Canva uses blocks of design. And in our particular one, this is mostly text, but there is one design element, which is this little block of color here. And I simply brought my cursor over and clicked on it, and it's going to give me the option to change the color. So you can change it to any color you want, really. If you don't see a default color here, what you can do is click on this plus sign and it'll bring up more options. You can either move the cursor along until you find a color that you really love, or if you happen to have a hex code of a color that you love, you can enter that here and you can change the color that way. But beyond that, once you've had the color, you can also change the color of your text. And again, you just click on the box that you want to highlight and change. And as you can see, it's in white. Let's say we want to change that to black. You simply click on the text color here, and it'll bring up your color options to the left, and you click the color that you want. Now, it only changed my upper box, so for here you click down and you can see this is the highlighted section, and again you can change the color to anything that you want. Now obviously We want to change it to our name. Now to do that, you want to highlight the text and type in the relevant information. Let's say you're not crazy about the size of the text. That's simple enough to change. You can do it one of two ways. You can either bring the cursor down to the lower left-hand corner and drag to make it slightly bigger. You can see I'm using both corners to do so. And you can see automatically the text, the font got bigger. Or if you're not crazy about using your cursor, you can do it manually. You just go up to that drop down and you can change it however you'd like. Now let's say you want it really big, but now your text box doesn't really fit. You can also adjust that. You just use your cursor and you can start expanding it to fit. Or you decide you don't like the color at all, you want to get rid of it, you just hit your little trash can up here. It'll delete the element that is highlighted. Now, we lost some of our text here because I left it in white, so I'm going to put that in black. But now my name's just a little too big, so I'm going to make that a little smaller. And let's say you're not crazy where it's falling. You can use your cursor to move it up, move it down. So it makes it really simple to make adjustments as necessary. But let's say you've deleted the rectangle of color and you're like, I want it back. You can go into their elements here and type in rectangle. And you can bring it back up again. Now this one is nice. You can see here, you can adjust the size on both the bottom and the side, the top and bottom and the sides. You bring it over to where it was and you're like, where'd my text go? So with Canva, it is a layering design program. So I've moved the rectangle over top of that text. We want it to be behind, so we need to change the position. And how you do that is you go to the position here, you click on it, and you're going to hit backward. I hit it once, and it brings my text forward. So it's really nice, makes it really simple to use. I'm not crazy about that color, so let's change it, and boom, you're done. And then you can do that for all the other elements. You just click to highlight, and then you can change the text by highlighting and adding in whatever you want to include for your resume. Now, let's say a section you don't necessarily want, like this award section. Maybe for whatever reason, I don't want to have an award section. You highlight it, hit delete, and then you delete all the information. It'll ask if you want to delete the element if it has more than one property, and in this case it has two areas of text. So we'll delete the element or delete the whole group. So let's show that again. So you go up to delete element will delete the one that's highlighted. If you delete the group, it'll delete everything in that section. And then you can move things to, if you want to change the formatting around a bit, or you want to make certain things a little bigger. You can either change it up at the top, or you can change it by using your cursor. Now, another nice thing is you have a lot of options with your font. So I'm going to show you some different options. Here is the drop down of available fonts. And Canva comes standard with a lot of fonts. If you happen to be a Canva Pro member, which you can see they have um, little icons here, those are paid fonts. But if you're using a free account, they do have several to choose from. But if you want to change the font, you just simply choose from the drop down, highlight the one that you want, and it automatically changes it. Then you can change the size, change the font color. Some fonts you can bold and italicize, and some you can't. So you do have to play around with that depending on what look you're going for with the font. But another nice thing is you have the option to go all uppercase or upper and lower. So it makes that easy to switch out and change. And then what's also nice is you can adjust the spacing. So I know for me, I sometimes feel like my resume is really packed with information, and it's sometimes hard to make it all fit on one page because you really don't want your resume to go over into 2 pages. And what's nice about being able to adjust the letter is you can kind of move the letters closer together if you need to, or you can space them out if you want a little more space. And the same goes for the line height. So let's say you're not crazy about how far away the lines are from each other, especially something that is bullet pointed. You might want that second line to be closer. You can play with the line height so that it squishes it a little closer together and makes a little more sense to have them closer together. So that's a really nice element that is really simple to change. Let's say you're not crazy about that. You can either hit undo to undo whatever you did. And the undo function does remember. So if you did a move, three times ago, you hit it 3 times and it'll undo everything that you've done since then. And then let's say I had deleted an element here, but let's say you wanted to bring another section back, but you don't want to have to create it again. An easy way is to just hit duplicate. And then you can adjust it as you need to. So it makes it easy that if you've deleted a section or you want to add a section, you can use that duplicate function so that it all matches and it all looks good. But once you have a resume, once you're finished with your resume and you want to download it, you can hit this little download button and it'll give you the file type options. And unfortunately, with Canva, you don't have a Word doc option because this is a design program. So you can save it as a PNG or JPEG file, which I don't recommend for a resume. The ones I do recommend are your PDF standard or your PDF print, and then you would just hit download. Some potential employers do request that you submit your resume as a PDF, so this is a great option. In the next video, I am going to show you how to save your PDF as a Word doc for those employers that ask that you submit a Word doc file. So you'll be able to have your Canva resume in both file types. So check back soon in that next video and I will show you how to do that. But I hope this was helpful and good luck on your job search.